Pain, it's one of the most essential sensory signals in your body, a warning mechanism that protects you from harm. But what if you never felt any pain? No stomach aches, no headaches, no pain from a fall, and no need for pain medication after an operation. Well, this is the extraordinary reality for patient PFS, also known as Jo Cameron. Jo was born in 1948 in Scotland and is now in her mid-70s. She's captivated scientists and the public alike with her astonishing condition. You see, unlike most of us, Jo experiences no pain and hardly any negative emotions arising from anxiety or fear. Her unique case first came to light when she was 66, as she underwent hand surgery, a procedure called a trapeziectomy. This was to treat severe osteoarthritis that had deformed her thumbs. Despite the expectation of intense postoperative pain on behalf of her doctors, Jo's pain rating was 0 out of 10. Jo's story took a dramatic turn during this trapeziectomy. You see, for most patients, this type of surgery is associated with severe discomfort afterwards, often requiring strong analgesics. But when Jo calmly reassured her anesthesiologist that she wouldn't need any painkillers, well, he was understandably skeptical. During the procedure and afterwards, Jo reported no pain. In fact, her anesthesiologist even performed a common test, applying firm pressure to the inner edges of her eye sockets, a maneuver that usually causes sharp pain, to see how she would react. But instead of the expected agony, Jo described the sensation merely as pressure. This unexpected lack of pain wasn't isolated to Jo's hand surgery. She had also undergone hip replacement surgery the year before for severe hip osteoarthritis, and even then, her reported pain was minimal. Despite suffering from joint deformities and physical challenges associated with her osteoarthritis condition, she had always experienced little to no pain throughout her life. She recounts that from her childhood onwards, she rarely noticed burns or cuts or even broken bones until external signs were evident. And Jo's lack of pain isn't limited to surgeries alone. Over her lifetime, she has encountered many situations that would typically trigger pain. She recalls giving birth, suffering broken bones, and even enduring minor burns and cuts without the usual discomfort. In lab settings, researchers tried various methods to induce pain in Jo, using mild burns, pinpricks, and even pinching until slight bleeding occurred. But Jo consistently reported no pain. Along with her pain insensitivity, her family and friends describe her as extraordinarily happy, friendly, and optimistic. Her cheerful nature and lack of negative emotions such as anxiety, worry, or fear have made her beloved among her family and friends. So curious about Jo's unique abilities, her anesthesiologist decided to investigate further with genetic testing. The results provided a fascinating insight. Jo has 2 key genetic changes that help explain why she hardly feels pain and rarely gets anxious. First, she carries a common variation in the Fa gene, a gene that produces an enzyme responsible for breaking down natural chemicals like anandamide in our bodies. In Jo's case, this variation makes the enzyme work less effectively, and as a result, more anandamide builds up, which is known to lower pain sensitivity and reduces negative emotions. But that's not all. Jo has also a small deletion in a nearby gene called Fa-out. Although Fa-out doesn't make a protein, it does help control how much Fa is produced. This deletion further cuts down Fa levels, allowing even more anandamide to accumulate. Studies show that Jo's anandamide levels are about 1.7 times higher than the average person, and it's this that is believed to be responsible for her unusual insensitivity to pain and low anxiety. After the genetic findings, Jo underwent several standard tests to further validate her condition. One of the key assessments was the quantitative sensory testing, where calibrated thermal, mechanical, and electrical stimuli were applied to her skin. In most people, these tests trigger clear sensations of pain. However, in Jo's case, her responses were astonishingly muted. Whether it was a change in temperature or the pressure from a gentle pinch, she consistently reported little to no discomfort whatsoever. Another test, the cold pressor test, further illustrated her insensitivity. In this test, participants immersed their hand in ice-cold water, a situation that normally causes intense pain and a marked increase in heart rate and in blood pressure. Jo, however, remained calm, showing minimal physiological changes despite the cold challenge. Advanced brain imaging techniques such as functional magnetic resonance imaging or fMRI were also used. When exposed to painful stimuli, regions of the brain that are typically highly active, such as the anterior cingulate cortex and the insula, showed much lower activity in Jo's scans. These findings collectively confirmed that her nervous system processes pain signals in an entirely different way compared to most people. For many, the idea of living without pain might seem like an incredible blessing. After all, who wouldn't want to be spared the misery of chronic pain or the anxiety that comes with it? However, Jo's life illustrates that this gift does come with its own challenges. Pain is not just an unpleasant sensation, it's actually a crucial warning system that alerts us to injury and potential harm. You see, without the natural alarm of pain, Jo sometimes fails to notice injuries until they become apparent through other means, like the sight of blood or a strange odor from burning skin. Minor burns or cuts, which might be quickly attended to by others, can go unnoticed by her, raising the risks of complications if not addressed promptly. Similarly, her lack of anxiety, while contributing to her positive demeanor, it means that she might not instinctively avoid dangerous situations. This means that Jo has to rely on regular checkups and the vigilance of family and friends to catch any potential health issues early. Jo's condition underscores an important point. Pain and anxiety, despite their discomfort, serve an essential protective function. They keep us safe by prompting us to take action when something is wrong. Jo's life therefore represents a delicate balance. Her insensitivity to pain spares her daily suffering, but also leaves her more vulnerable to unnoticed injuries. Jo Cameron's case has not only transformed our understanding of pain, but has also sparked interest in new avenues for treating chronic pain and anxiety. By studying her unique genetic and biochemical profile, scientists are hopeful that they can develop drugs that mimic the beneficial aspects of her condition. One promising area of research is the development of Fa inhibitors, drugs that block the Fa enzyme and thereby raise levels of anandamide. Such medications could potentially provide relief for individuals who suffer from chronic pain or anxiety without the side effects associated with traditional painkillers like opioids. In fact, one of the most advanced Fa inhibitor candidates has already reached Phase 2 clinical trials for treating anxiety and certain developmental disorders. Although results from these clinical trials have been mixed to date, Jo's case continues to offer valuable clues that may eventually lead to more effective treatments. Furthermore, Jo's story has encouraged a more personalized approach to medicine. As researchers unravel the complex interplay between genetic factors, it becomes increasingly clear that individual genetic makeup can have profound effects on how we experience pain and emotion. This understanding could indeed pave the way for therapies tailored to an individual's genetic profile, offering hope to millions who suffer from chronic pain and from mood disorders. Beyond the lab and clinical studies, Jo Cameron's amazing story is a deeply human one. She is not just a subject in a scientific study, she is a real person who has lived a life without the constant reminders of pain and distress. Jo's experience serves as a reminder that the sensations that we all take for granted, like pain and anxiety, are integral parts of what keeps us safe. They prompt us to care for our bodies, to avoid harm, and to learn from our mistakes. While the idea of a pain-free existence might indeed sound enticing, Jo's life shows us that these signals are essential for our well-being. Her story invites us to appreciate the complex balance that our bodies maintain every single day. The extraordinary case of Jo Cameron, patient PFS, has reshaped our understanding of pain, anxiety, and the very nature of human experience. Her journey from a life without pain to becoming a catalyst for scientific discovery challenges us to rethink what it means to be human. It is a story that not only highlights the marvels of modern genetics and neuroscience, but also underscores the importance of every sensation in keeping us safe, and it offers invaluable insights into the potential for new treatments that may one day benefit millions. Well, hopefully you enjoyed hearing of the story of Joe Cameron. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share with other people who you think might get value from these episodes. And while you're there, check out this other episode right here.